Tar Heels of North Carolina. NBC Sports presents from College Park, Maryland, the 1977 NCAA Regional Semifinal game. Brought to you by Lincoln Mercury, who invites you to inspect one of America's outstanding collections of fine cars, now at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. By Allstate Insurance Companies, you're in good hands with Allstate. By the Gillette Track 2 shaving system, the closest thing to a perfect shave. And by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Since 1844, the quality has always come through. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cole Fieldhouse on the campus of the University of Maryland. Dick Enberg, along with Billy Packer, we'd like to be able to say a couple of Irishmen wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day, but this Polish friend and a Finlander can hardly say that. In fact, Billy, on this very special day for the Irish, we searched the whole rosters of the North Carolina and Notre Dame teams, and there's not an Irishman to be found.
Fellow Corin sounds close.
Well, that's about it. Well, it should be a close ball game, and before we talk about North Carolina and Kentucky, or North Carolina and Notre Dame, our minds are on the University of Kentucky because the Wildcats have just advanced in the NCAA tournament as they have defeated VMI 93-78, led by Truman Claytor's 29 points. Kentucky fought off a game but small VMI team. They led by 3 at the half and won it going away. We saw one of the finest players, however, in the country in VMI's Ron Carter, who scored 28.
He put on a great show, Dick, a tremendous inside performer, and I think his competitiveness at the end of the game brought him that richly deserved standing ovation.
Well, we probably have seen North Carolina and Notre Dame between us as much as any college teams in the country. Now, they're going to battle it off, and you see as we look now at the Western Regional, UCLA advancing against Idaho State. They play tonight in Utah against University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and I guess that's a reminder that we're going to be out there Saturday afternoon to do the regional final. But talking about the game here against North Carolina and Notre Dame, you've seen the Tar Heels. They have not lost outside the ACC all year. They've won 26 and lost only 4.
Well, they're an outstanding basketball team. Of course, they lost Tommy Lagarde, their fine center, to a knee injury, and he won't play tonight. But they are a great basketball team, and their bench has been outstanding here down the stretch.
How about Walter Davis? Now, he fractured a finger about 2 weeks ago in the ACC tournament. They had surgery on that finger, and miraculously, I guess he's going to start tonight.
They say he's going to start. He's been shooting well, and I saw that finger just about 10 days ago. It didn't look like there was any way at all he could play, but they say he's going to be ready.
North Carolina has won 12 in a row. That's the longest winning streak of any major college basketball team.
I think that shows you something about the teams around the country. There's just nobody that can just overpower anyone in this country right now.
Let's see, we've looked at some of the regional matchups. Let's take another look at a part of this country as we boil it down to the final 8 teams after play tonight. We go where? To the West, and Jim Simpson and Tom Hawkins.
2 games tonight, and Tom, let's take them in order. First of all, we saw Nevada, Las Vegas just blow San Francisco right out of there. But we've got to keep in mind tonight as they face Utah that Utah beat Nevada, Las Vegas early in the season by 4.
100-96. That was December 7th, and of course it was early in the season. Now, what Utah has been able to do and has to be able to do tonight is to control that fast up-tempo that Nevada, Las Vegas loves to use. Also, Jim, rebounding will be very, very important. Nevada, Las Vegas rebounds about 52 a game. They really pull them off. The difference between them and Utah, about 14 rebounds a game. So
all right, let me ask you a
and
question.
pace.
You're talking about the boards and pace, but
right.
Can they, in your mind, Utah set that pace against a quick team like Nevada, in a word?
They have to do it right away, and they have to do it by dominating the boards. And they can't be disgruntled or just get upset by the pressure that's going to be put on them. Man-to-man full court all the way, 40 minutes.
All right, you've got about 20 seconds in which to answer what's going to happen with UCLA against Idaho State.
I think that's going to be a tougher game because, number one, Steve Hayes, a big 7-foot center for Idaho State. It's going to be a lot of problems. 20 points a game. He gets in there, inside game. UCLA will be outmanned in that regard. But who's going to guard Marcus Johnson? And also the UCLA defense, one of the best in the nation.
In other words, we've got quite a night ahead of us. Now let's go back to where they've got quite a night ahead of them, to College Park, Maryland.
Well, that's how things look out in that run-and-shoot Western Regional. And we saw that Las Vegas team on Saturday, and they could have beaten anyone in the country the way they played against San Francisco.
That was just amazing performance. I enjoyed watching them play, and I'm sure that people get their money's worth anytime the Tarts Club takes the floor.
Now we have one final in from the Mid-Eastern Regional, and the 49ers of the University of North Carolina at Charlotte demolished Syracuse tonight, 81-59. That had to be a surprise when that score was announced around the country.
I certainly think the size of the score was a surprise, but that's an outstanding basketball team. They lost a tough game to Tennessee, at Tennessee, and a tough game against Wake Forest on a neutral floor. So a truly outstanding club there from Charlotte.
And we've said all season long, this could be the year where a team like UNC Charlotte could go all the way and win the big prize.
You're calling them the dark horse, Dick. You're looking for the dark horse, and I really think there's so many outstanding teams that it's hard to say a club is a dark horse right now, but they could be the one.
Well, let's get more on that game. We switch you to that Mid-East Regional in Lexington, Kentucky, as we join our colleagues Kurt Gowdy and John Wooden.
Anytime a team wins in a postseason NCAA tournament, it's no surprise. But when a team wins by 22 points, as handily as the University of North Carolina from Charlotte did tonight in beating Syracuse, that is a surprise, John Wooden. And the University of North Carolina from Charlotte will now play the winner of Detroit, Michigan in the finals here Saturday.
Well, the University of North Carolina, Charlotte certainly gained a lot of respect from this game. Their zone defense caused Syracuse just all sorts of trouble. They never did penetrate it successfully, and I'd say that Cornbread Maxwell showed that he's quite a ball player.
Now we have one of those up-the-road-a-piece rivalries going on here. Michigan and Detroit tonight on NBC. Michigan, the #1 ranked team in the country. Both teams have identical records, John. 25 wins, 3 losses. Detroit's hoping to spring an upset the way the University of North Carolina Charlotte did.
And certainly Michigan can't take them for granted at all, because they're a fine basketball team. We saw them work out. They're quick and they can jump, and certainly they have real incentive for this game, possibly more incentive than Michigan would have for it.
Detroit claims they're in a good spot, that there's no doubt in their minds Michigan's the #1 team in the country, and they think Michigan says to Michigan, we have to win.
I think both coaches are playing it sort of coy-like, and obviously they each think that they are going to win, and that's just the way it should be.
Well, that's the way it shapes up. The University of North Carolina from Charlotte has upset Syracuse. Michigan, Detroit standing by to see who plays Saturday.
And the excitement of this NCAA tournament. The University of Kentucky has advanced. The University of North Carolina Charlotte with a big victory tonight. And it'll either be North Carolina or Notre Dame going on to Saturday's regional final from Cole Fieldhouse in College Park, Maryland. The introduction of the starting lineups coming up in a moment. But first, let's pause for this important word.
Coca's like, it's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, come on girl, gotta share a Coke with you. Let the feeling show through. You wanna live a little bit more. That's what the taste of Coke is for. Coca's like, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, Coca's like, everybody. So much flair, so debonair, with a touch of class.
Sometimes I think driving a Mercury Monarch is like wearing beautiful clothes. And this is Monarch's label, ride engineered by Lincoln Mercury. I feel confident in Monarch, even practical, with a quick, easy shifting of its 4-speed overdrive. Yet very elegant. The precision size Mercury Monarch.
With a touch of class.
Yeah.
The University of North Carolina, 25 wins and 4 defeats. Notre Dame won 22 and lost 6. Now the introduction of the starting lineups. We switch it to Jimmy Morgan. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, the forwards for Notre Dame, number 45, 6'9", junior, Springfield, Pennsylvania, Dave Patton. For North Carolina, number 24, 6'6", senior, Pineville, North Carolina, Walter Davis. For Notre Dame, number 43, 6'9", senior, Shoreham, New York, Toby Knight. And for North Carolina, 31, a 6'7", freshman, Jersey City, New Jersey, Mike O'Corin. At center for Notre Dame, 34, 6'8", sophomore, Huntington Woods, Michigan, Bruce Flowers. And for North Carolina, 6'9", freshman, Euclid, Ohio, Rich Yonifer.
Next to the guards for Notre Dame, number 12, 6'3", freshman, Huntington Beach, California, Rich Branning. And for North Carolina, number 15, 6'3", senior, Richmond, Virginia, John Kuster. Number 25, a 6'3", junior, Washington, D.C., Don Duck Williams. And for North Carolina, number 12, 6'2", junior, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, Phil Ford. The head coaches, Notre Dame, Richard Finger Phelps. And for the University of North Carolina, Dean Smith.
And it's interesting, the two top scorers, Phil Ford of North Carolina and Duck Williams of Notre Dame, were the final to take their bows and then to shake hands and wish each other well. We're set to go from College Park, Maryland, as we return first to our studios for this message.
Pabst Blue Ribbon wouldn't dare challenge anyone to take on the raging Colorado in a wooden boat. But we do challenge you to discover a better tasting premium beer. Taste and compare Pabst with the beer you're now drinking. We know you'll taste the difference Blue Ribbon quality makes. Pabst, since 1844, the quality has always come through.
Hey, I know I need life insurance, but I don't want to be cornered by a salesman.
You won't feel cornered at Allstate because you're in control. If you don't like what you hear, you can walk away.
Honey, Sean is missing.
Sean?
Sean? Sean?
Sean?
Your beneficiary?
Oh, thanks a lot.
When it takes being different to be better, we'll do it. That's a promise.
I am in good hands with Allstate.
Two of the best men in the country to work the game. Richard Sanders, he makes his home in Wichita, Kansas, and works the Metro 7 games. And from Los Angeles, the umpire, Booker Turner, of the WCAC and the Pacific 8. North Carolina, in their white uniforms, tar heel blue. The Irish in deep blue uniforms with a yellow trim, and of course some green in there too. Can North Carolina beat the luck of the Irish on their own day this March 17th? It figures to be a toss-up game. Toby Knight jumps it with Rich Honecker, and Knight control. Flowers to Batten. Dave Batten.
Great man-to-man for North Carolina.
Duck Williams can't hit. Knight rebounds, the leading rebounder for Notre Dame on the year. Good play inside. Toby Knight.
That great man-to-man defense for North Carolina may throw some problems because Notre Dame certainly has experience on them early in the ballgame. Notre Dame matching up in their zone.
Phil Ford ties it for Carolina. Ford, the brilliant All-American, averaging nearly 20 points a game. And since the injuries to Davis and Lagarde, he's been hitting at a 23-point clip.
Full court man-to-man press. North Carolina was trapped out of this particular defense, but Brenning does a good job here, Dick, bringing the ball up the court.
Knight with Honecker, and it knocked away, but a foul is called on Michael Corrin, number 31, the freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey, averaging 13 a game. So you just turn those numbers around on his back, and you have his average on the year. Williams will trigger it in.
North Carolina always zone out of bounds. Stays in the 1-3-1, usually right on through until the ball's turned over.
Dave Batten from 15. Rebound Davis. Ford one-on-one.
Oh,
the brilliant Phil Ford, junior from Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, has all 4 of Carolina's points. A minute 15 gone.
North Carolina stays in a 1-3-1 zone. You're going to see both of these teams move their defenses around quite a bit.
Duck Williams lets Schuster fly by and ties it up. Williams is playing in his backyard from Mackin High School in Washington, D.C. Traveling, Walter Davis.
Real fine, smart play by Duck Williams that time. Here's Phil Ford going by. You almost know, Dick, that he's going to make a move at the end of that fast break of some kind.
Yeah, speaking of Phil Ford, he was our MVP a couple of weeks ago against Louisville. We'll be selecting the Gillette Track 2 Most Valuable Player Award sometime late in this game. Dave Batten lines it home. Notre Dame leads by a bucket as Batten scores his first 2. We played less than 2 minutes. The winner meets Kentucky Saturday afternoon. Ford can't connect. Walter Davis. Michael Corrin. Davis will jump it. No basket, jump ball.
Very seldom see Notre Dame let somebody get more than 1 or 2 attempts at the basket. That time North Carolina got 3. This is a very powerful front line that Notre Dame has in the ballgame.
Batten jumps against Davis. Batten's 4 inches taller, but Davis wins the tap. Yoniker, whose father played football at Notre Dame. Flowers rebounds for the Irish, who led the nation with a #1 rebounding team in the country. Inside to Williams, great play. Great back for Notre Dame.
Anytime you get a club that overplays the way North Carolina does, you'll find a smart team like Notre Dame going to the back door. That time Williams did it beautifully.
O'Corin and Yoniker, both freshmen, as they play catch with it. First, Lagarde, the great center, will have surgery next week. Knocked away, Branning to Williams. Ford can't stop him. Phil Ford goes leaping into the crowd. He's still in the 3rd row of seats, and he doesn't have a ticket. So they're going to wait for him to come back on the court. Fortunately, he's all right. Timeout, North Carolina. The Irish have jumped into an early 6-point lead with 3 minutes gone from College Park, Maryland. And we'll be right back.
North Carolina timeout.
You're watching Bud Beechwood, TV producer and writer.
I may risk my neck for fun, but when it comes to money, I want my feet on solid ground. That's what I told Merrill Lynch, so they showed me ways to be on the safe side and still get a good return, like 8% utilities, A-rated. That's my kind of security.
At Merrill Lynch, you don't have to take big risks to share in America's growth.
The Ford Motor Company car body destruction test. This Lincoln Continental body was just welded together. Now, would you believe it? These guys are tearing it apart. It's their job, it really is. Every week they take Ford Mercury and Lincoln bodies and they tear them apart to see that the welds held. They tear them all apart. Only way to know how tough they're put together. It's simple. Ford wants to be your car company.
More than 75% of the NCAA member institutions sponsor between 7 and 24 in intercollegiate sports. NCAA members are dedicated to providing well-rounded athletic programs to their students. Sports leadership in this country comes from our nation's colleges and universities. The preceding announcement furnished by the NCAA.
Dick, we have a little controversy on the sidelines. Digger Phelps wanting that a timeout to be called against North Carolina because Phil Ford was up in the stands. The officials called timeout. Initially, it looked like it was North Carolina's timeout. Then Dean Smith went over and got a concession saying it should be a television timeout.
To the University of North Carolina.
Digger doesn't agree. The 35-year-old Richard Phelps thought that Carolina should have been tagged with that timeout. It's 10-4. Notre Dame has made 5 of 7 attempts. Carolina 2 of 5.
Notre Dame doing a real good job in their matchup zone again. They play this zone as well as anybody in the country.
Ford, O'Corin, now Kuster with it.
Dick, what helps them so much is the guys across the back line are all interchangeable. They have about the same size, and no matter where they get caught, they can play well, whether it be in the post or on the wing.
O'Corin double team, so it's Walter Davis. That broken finger didn't seem to bother that shot. Walter Davis cuts Notre Dame's lead to 10-6.
Now North Carolina going to try a little 1-3-1 zone of their own. They're trying to find something to stop the Irish. So far, they've been very successful as Notre Dame.
Branning makes it 12-6 as Rich Branning, the freshman from Southern California, has his first bucket.
I don't think Branning was ever a freshman. You know, I saw him in his first varsity game. He was a cool customer then, and he is now.
John Kuster won't fall tonight. Rebounds for Notre Dame. Toby Knight named the Irish most valuable player this year. Inside, Batten all alone, and the Irish come out firing them through. They're leading by 8 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds gone.
Of course, what this zone does too, it takes away Joe Ford's penetrating ability and his one-on-one move.
Huster, the senior, to Ford. The open man, O'Corin. Nice shot by the kid. 14-8. The Irish of Diggerfeld lead by 6. That's the first basket for Mike O'Corin. Nearly stolen by O'Corin as he and Ford teamed up. Number 54, Steve Krafsisson, a 6'9 freshman from Chicago Ridge, Illinois. That's the recruiting area of Notre Dame. Comes into the North Carolina lineup with the Tar Heels trailing the Irish by 6.
Buck Williams broke free, but Bruce Flowers didn't see it. Now you see the jump switch taking place. Great look.
Flowers wide open. Assist by Branning, and it's 16-8. Flowers has his first 2.
Boy, that's where a heads-up guard can turn that defense into a weapon of his own. Recognize the jump switch and just hit the open man.
O'Corin inside. Back out to the senior guard, Huster. Huster has his first hoop. He's playing in his 118th consecutive game with Carolina. Just one less than the all-time record holder, Mitch Kupchak. Buck Williams, tough shot. Oh! Almost danced on the top of the backboard and fell home. Ford to Davis. Walter Davis can't hit. Rebound Knight. Foul Knight. He ran over Huster. First foul on Toby Knight.
I think the fans will get a kick out of watching Notre Dame's offense against this jump switch. When they come down the floor, their guards and forwards exchange at the same time that North Carolina wants to use the forward jumping out there, which leaves a man wide open under the basket. Good offense by Diggerfeld.
Bill Paterno into the lineup for Notre Dame, number 55. He's done a good job off the bench in the last 5 games, averaging nearly 13 points a game. They call him the Irish John Havlicek. Paterno.
Remember him in the San Francisco game. He was super.
16-10, North Carolina trailing Notre Dame with 6 minutes gone. Bruce Buckley in the game for the first time for Carolina. Huster, short, and Batten rebounds for Notre Dame. Batten held by 40, Buckley, his first foul.
Good play right here by Batten. He made the change off the pass. Buckley came up to challenge him, but it was too late.
Number 22, Dudley Bradley comes in for North Carolina. He's a 6'5 sophomore from Edgewood, Maryland. He was the Baltimore Player of the Year a couple of years ago. Voted that honor over Larry Gibson, who is one of the fine players here at the University of Maryland.
Branning recognized it's back to zone. He holds it up and gets his team moving.
Pass went through Paterno's hands. This is Ford. Huster inside, got a push from Paterno. So Krafsisson sees Paterno get his first foul, and Carolina will play it from underneath the basket. Toby Knight out for just a minute, returns to the Irish lineup, and we'll see who goes out. Dave Batten.
43, Toby Knight replaces.
16-10, the Irish lead the Tar Heels. 13 minutes left, first half. Kentucky has defeated VMI in the first game. Passing game of Carolina. Looking for the open man. Williams had stolen it for a moment. Good pass by Huster. Ford connects. Foul underneath is on Flowers, and the basket is good.
Dick, that was a good call when you said Huster made a good pass right there, because anytime you get against a matchup like this, if you can go up in the air and make the matchup commit itself and then hit the open man, he's always got a good shot.
A reminder that NBC's coverage of the NC basketball tournament continues Saturday. Action in the regional finals, a triple header, begins with grandstand at 12 noon Eastern time. NBC will be doing all 4 finals. You'll see 3 of them, so check your local listings to see which 3 games will be shown in your part of the country. A triple header on Saturday. Now, Carolina got the bucket from Ford, and on the foul, they also get the ball.
Quickly going to the passing game offense right now, trying to break somebody free.
Grab Sisson to Ford, and Ford makes it a 4-point play. Bill Ford has 8 points, and the Irish lead is cut to 2. Well, that was a productive trip down court for Carolina.
An excellent pass by Grab Sisson as he hit the man outside.
Beck Williams fadeaway jumper. Rebound, Paterno. It hits the baseline, however, and goes to Carolina.
Good block out by O'Corn on the baseline. Man-to-man defense now by Notre Dame. They're picking up a little bit earlier. Let's see if they stay with it.
Carolina has scored the last 6 points of the game to pull within 2.
Man-to-man for the first time tonight. Now there's the guy they've got to watch.
Walter Davis. Ford knocks it out to Custer. Ford. Oh, my. He is something. Bill Ford, 10 points to tie the game at 16.
He has amazing stamina. Look at he's pressing on defensive end of the floor, and then he handles the ball on the offensive end.
Toby Knight is open. Basket is good, and a foul is called as the Irish take the lead 18-16. Kraft Sisson committed the foul.
Both teams really well drilled for this game. There's another backdoor by Toby Knight. Had a hard time getting the handle. Good call by the ref here as he went all the way through with a nice play.
Check the foul. It's on Custer of Carolina, his first. And Toby Knight at the line looking for the three-point play. Boy, did this young man ever develop. Each year you could see him improve. And as a freshman, some wondered if he'd even make the varsity. And now as a senior, voted the most valuable player for the Irish this year. Notre Dame by 3.
They only showed that man-to-man one time down the floor. Now they pick up 1-3-1.
Beautiful pass and a fine shot by the kid O'Corn. Ford with a great assist.
Boy, Ford recognized the defense right away.
11 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Notre Dame 19, North Carolina 18. Branning loses it out of bounds. Good pressure defense by Carolina. And North Carolina has a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game.
And again, these teams are really switching around.
Backdoor to Ford. Rebound Flowers. Stolen by Ford. Corrin can't hit. Branning rebound for Notre Dame. Ford picks up the foul. And that places the Notre Dame faithful across the way.
North Carolina foul is on number 12, Bill Ford, his first, the 4th team foul.
Ducking a score as you check the young head man for the University of Notre Dame. 11 and a half minutes gone in the first half. Kansas State 16, Marquette 10 in the Midwest Regionals.
It's interesting to see the difference in the way these two coaches use their bench. Digger Phelps just putting an individual man in to replace somebody. Dean Smith goes with wholesale substitution.
Duck Williams eluded the charge call, but he can't hit the layup. O'Corn rebound. Walter Davis, you can see the bandages on that broken finger. It's taped to the middle finger. Ford is short, Knight rebound. The Irish lead by 1. They have the ball as we approach the halfway mark of the first 20-minute period. Crowd of 15,000, a sellout here at the University of Maryland. Toby Knight. Rebound Davis. Watch out. Williams.
Smart play by Duck.
Williams can't hit it. O'Corn rebound. O'Corn. Knight with another rebound.
Tempo really picking up, and here's Fitz Branning again. Once again, I said he never was a freshman. You can see how he slows and controls this ball club just when they need it.
10 minutes to go in the first half. Branning, a good move. Knight with a rebound. Knight cashes it in. It's 21-18. Knight has 7.
A couple of players are really getting tired out there, particularly Michael Corrin.
O'Corrin almost stolen by Paterno. O'Corrin goes to the bucket, can't score. Knight goes over him and loses it out of bounds. A tough break for the Irish. There was no luck involved there, except bad luck.
They're both down on the floor. That's the only call the official could make because O'Corrin wasn't trying to impede the steps for Toby Knight.
And Knight came down on him and lost the ball out of bounds. Timeout. 9:25 remaining in this first half. Notre Dame leads by 3.
1949.
What about it?
I used to use a one-bladed razor to shave with in 49.
Hey, I just bought this.
Maybe, but track 2 is how America shaves now, my friend. The first blade stretches the whisker out, so the second blade can shave it again, closer.
Hey, listen, could I...
Get your own, turkey.
To 25 million Track 2 users, no one-blade razor comes close.
What are you doing?
Hey, hotshot, I hear you won't get dressed without your right guard.
You know I'm not getting dressed without my right guard.
Here's your right guard, double protection, antiperspirant.
Hey, see me some, will you?
We know it's so effective at protecting you from wetness and odor.
It also helps protect your clothes from wetness, stains, and odor.
Guys, you know I won't get dressed without my right guard. Thank you.
Right guard, double protection, spray or roll-on. Don't get dressed without it.
The incredible wartime deal between the Nazis and the Americans goes forward as David Spaulding's affair with Leslie Hawkwood grows deeper in the Reineman Exchange tonight at 10, 9 Central and Mountain.
It's all the way to Atlanta for NBC Sports. The triple-header next Saturday for the regional finals, and then the semifinals, both games televised Saturday, March 26th from the Omni, and then the NCAA Basketball Championship. That will be on Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, March 28th. And who knows what team will be able to win this sudden death 5-game go-around. UNC Charlotte has advanced. Kentucky has advanced. And the University of Michigan leads Detroit 23-14, we understand, with 12 minutes to go in the first half of their game this evening. Here it's 21-18, Notre Dame over North Carolina. Bruce Buckley, the brightest student on the Carolina team, back in there for North Carolina, as is number 20, Dave Colescott, a freshman. Yoniker, and a whistle.
3-second violation inside on Bradley.
Now that cost North Carolina the ball, and the Irish lead by 3.
North Carolina really having all new troops in there. Yoniker the only starter, and he's been on the bench a great part of the first half. This is for defensive pressure and trying to get a rested club on in there at all times.
Yoniker on Knight, stolen away for a moment, and controlled by Batten. A foul on Bradley, number 22 of Carolina, reaching in. That's the 5th team foul on North Carolina.
Toby Knight had it in there and lost it a couple of times. Dave Batten got it. Finally got his hands on. Here's the foul by Dudley Bradley coming from behind.
Williams plays it in for the Irish, who have only 3 team fouls. Ran into Batten. Nice pass, but it's stolen away by Bradley. This is Dave Colescott. Zalagaris from Detroit, Michigan. Cuts it to 21-20.
There's that rested ball club coming in, knowing they have to give 100% effort defensively. They really can scrap.
That's the first basket for Zalagaris. Bill Paterno can't hit, but there's a foul called on Bradley of Carolina. Dudley Bradley has his second foul. We'll see if Paterno goes to the line.
North Carolina foul was on 22.
Yes, it is a shooting violation. Diggers Phelps had some interesting quotes this week. I know you saw them, Billy. He said that if I win the NCAA tournament, I'm 35 years old, I will retire. I wonder if he meant that.
Sounds like Muhammad Ali.
He said, I'll just go off on a mountain and watch the world go by.
He's put Jeff Carpenter into the ball game now in the backcourt, trying to give Duck Williams a little rest because Digger knows he's got to keep some fresh troops himself.
Bill Paterno's first point of the game makes it 22-20. Carolina looking for the tying bucket. Inside, Zalagaris to score. No basket. The foul before the shot, apparently.
Pretty good pass inside by Buckley. You see Buckley coming down, real good feed, gets low to the floor. There was the foul on Carpenter reaching in before the shot was taken. Good call by the official.
First foul on Jeff Carpenter. Cole Scott, Buckley, and Zalgiris go back out of the North Carolina lineup. Well, look at that great record for Dean Smith, and of course you can add those big wins up at Montreal as he led the U.S. Olympic team to the gold medal. O'Corn to Davis. A two-point game. North Carolina with the ball, trailing Notre Dame. Bill Ford, did he walk? Yes. No basket. So North Carolina scored 2 baskets on that trip down court, neither counted.
Dean Smith a little upset, but I think again it was a good call by the official. Bill Ford lost the ball as he was catching it, and that's what created the traveling violation. Dean's not going to believe it, though.
Dean now 46 years of age. He was on the Kansas University team that won the 1952 NCAA championship under Paul Gallen. And, of course, Carolina won its last basketball championship 20 years ago, that unbeaten 1957 team, led by Lenny Rosenbluth. Still the all-time North Carolina scorer. The Irish have never gotten into the Final Four. In fact, in their last 4 tournaments, they've been eliminated in this game, the first round of the regionals. Branning inside to score, makes it 24-20. 4 points for the freshman Branning. 8 minutes to go before the intermission. Bill Ford, good defense by Knight. Davis knocks it home. Walter Davis makes it 24-22 Notre Dame.
There was a case where Knight was pulled out to take Bill Ford. Nobody in rebounding position, and Davis filled the void to score himself.
Paterno hawked by Davis. Flowers and O'Corn knocked away by Davis, who leads Carolina in steals. This is Walter Davis. Yanniker. O'Corn. The ball won't fall for Carolina. Finally, Toby Knight rips it down. Carolina 3 shots at tying the game.
Boy, some great effort in there by both teams.
Toby Knight, he loves the baseline. Rebound Davis.
North Carolina a little fresher than Notre Dame right now, and they're really taking it to it.
Ford streaking toward the basket is fouled.
Digger Phelps probably wanting to slow his club down a little bit, hold on to the ball offensively.
Foul on Duck Williams. Watch him try to stop the speedy Phil Ford.
Well, North Carolina had put all of these guys on the bench for a little rest. They're going to say it was not a shooting foul. North Carolina getting the ball back out of bounds.
South Carolina plays it from the side.
Kind of hard to believe that wasn't a shooting foul. Digger going back into the zone now and probably going to try to hang on to the ball a little bit. His guys are tired right now.
24-22. Notre Dame leads. They've led off the entire first half. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Kuster ties the game. John Kuster has 4 points, and we're even at 24.
Branning had a little rest. He ought to be able to handle himself fairly well.
Duck Williams going to the hoop, can't score. Look at that. Flowers go up. He scores, and he is fouled.
Tough kid.
Bruce Flowers gives the Irish the lead by 2. He has 4 points.
Boy, Duck Williams is having a rough time on those easy shots on the inside, but Bruce Flowers, one of the toughest kids around.
Rich Yanniker picked up the foul for North Carolina. Yanniker watches Flowers go for the 3-point play. O'Corn rebounds. Walter Davis. Ford had a pretty good shot, passed it up. Kuster bangs home another one. John Kuster is 3 for 4 from the floor, and it's even again at 26 with 6 minutes left in the half. Back court, stolen by O'Corn, and a whistle, no basket. So there's another basket that North Carolina will not get. And what is the call?
Well, they're going to call it a jump ball, but actually Branning, in my estimation, is backcourt. He's got it. Now watch his feet come down. He's now backcourt with it. Should have been North Carolina's ball, and they are not going to get this layup either. I think it's going to be a jump ball center of the court.
Carolina has not received the ball. nor that basket, and they're still not clear, the officials, as to what the call may be. We are certain of one thing. With less than 6 minutes left, it's a new game at 26.
They may have called two different things, and they're trying to decide which ref blew the whistle first.
We got a score, Marquette against Detroit. We know that can't be. Marquette was trailing Kansas State, but Michigan leads Detroit only 33-30 late in the first half. Well, we were down in Baton Rouge, and we knew how those Titans of the University of Detroit wanted a shot at their rivals from Ann Arbor. Look at that group. How'd you like to have a microphone in there? That looks like the United Nations.
I'm going to make a guess, Dick. What I think happened is one official blew the whistle, called one thing. The other official called something else. Dean Smith wanting the 2 points. Digger Phelps wanting a jump ball. We're going to see right now which one's going to overrule.
Another score, Kansas State 28, Marquette 24 late in the first half. And here, it's even at 26, and every call is so critical. And North Carolina really hasn't gotten many breaks. Not to say that the officiating should be questioned, it's just North Carolina hasn't been very lucky.
Let me tell you about this, Dick. This is incredible. It's a dead ball, okay? It was a dead ball because it was a jump. So the clock had stopped, but O'Koren dribbled down and dunked it, meaning he dunked a dead ball, which is a technical foul. So North Carolina's really going to get penalized here. Notre Dame will go to the line shooting the technical foul.
So it looks like that Branning should have given the ball up to North Carolina in a backcourt violation. Instead, oh, you talk about the luck of the Irish.
That's incredible.
That is the luck of the Irish. Don't forget, it's St. Patrick's Day, and Digger Phelps gave us a St. Patrick's medal before the game to remind us that this was just a day where his team could not lose. Well, that seemed to be poetic justice that Branning missed the free throw.
Well, I think that the official made the mistake there, and they should have just said, hey, no, nothing. We're just going to call it back. That's very unfortunate. No way O'Koren could have known that the ball was called a jump. But, as you said, poetic justice.
Game tied at 26.
Ford really hounding here. Sometimes this can turn the momentum around for a ball club.
Flowers almost lost it. Bannon saved it for him. Branning inside, blocked by Davis, and a foul on Davis. Must have gotten him with a body. We'll take a look at it. First foul on Davis.
Good call and a smart move by Branning. He felt nobody with him, went back door by himself and got over. Real good play. You'll see Branning at the last moment. He came right on through there. Just a good, smart play. Good call by the official, Davis. Hitting him with the body.
Branning trying to give Notre Dame the lead, 27-26.
So you think St. Patty's Day had something to do with it, huh, Dick?
Well, that was an incredible turn. It looked like North Carolina should have won on all 3 counts, and they wound up losing on all 3. 28-26. Branning has 6 points.
I'll tell you another big thing that did for the Irish. They were getting tired, and he gave them a nice spell there, about 3 minutes or so, where they could take a rest.
Bill Ford has a pretty good 15-footer that he's turning down.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising, too. He usually gets himself in position to shoot before he catches it.
Yoniker can't connect. Rebound. Goes to the muscular Bill Paterno. 5 minutes remaining, first half. Flowers. Good play by Bruce Flowers. 30-26 Notre Dame. 6 points for Flowers. 5 minutes left in the game. First half of this game. Bill Ford. Don't drop. Paterno picks up the loose ball for Notre Dame.
Ford getting himself in position for the jump shot that time.
He's missed his last 5 shots, Billy, has Bill Ford.
Notre Dame playing much better right now. They got that little rest, and they
Jump ball, 5 seconds. They're getting better movement away from the ball, aren't they? Timeout, 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first half. The score, the Irish 30, the Tar Heels 26.
sir. What's the hurry? Going to rent a car. Oh, well, you don't have to run.
Gotta run.
Oh, no, if you had an Avis Wizard number, you could walk.
Walk.
Call toll-free and let our Wizard system do the running. Just show a major credit card, license, sign, and get the car.
I don't have to run through airports?
Not with Avis.
I can walk through airports.
We try harder, Avis. Avis, we don't know another way.
I'm walking through airports.
With all of the different tire prices, it can be confusing. How do you know what a good tire value is? Well, here's the straight talk from Sears. Guardsman tires are Sears' lowest priced tires in every type. Guardsman 4-ply from $16.50. Guardsman belted from $22.88. Guardsman radial from $29.88. Guardsman, backed by Sears. So you know they're good tires. Sears, for straight talk, good values, and satisfaction.
Well, after our triple header of basketball Saturday, we want you to join us on Sunday, grandstand at 3 Eastern time. Then the heavyweights go at it from Las Vegas. Joe Bugner against Ron Lyle from Caesar's Palace. And you'll also see Mando Muniz against Antonio Leyva. Coverage begins 3 o'clock Eastern time this Sunday on NBC. The Irish lead North Carolina 30-26. Jump ball. Flowers against O'Koren. Flowers an inch taller. And he controls the tap. Branning over Colescott to hit it. Rich Branning playing a fine first half, has 8 points.
Notre Dame back to that matchup zone. After that little flurry, they went back to the zone. They played it very well.
O'Koren inside can score, but he was fouled by Flowers of Notre Dame. His second. Phil Ford rested briefly, goes in, and Dave Colescott, the freshman from Marion, Indiana, is out. He was highly recruited. He was one of the top players from the Hoosier State last year.
Mr. Basketball, that's number 1.
They said that Dean Smith at the start of the year was the most successful recruiter in the nation. One poll said they had more fine freshmen at North Carolina, and they certainly have played well all season long, and they've been needed with the injuries to Lagarde and Davis.
I noticed both of these clubs have star players on the bench. Dice Martin sitting on the Notre Dame bench, and of course Tommy Lagarde on the North Carolina bench. Both of them out of uniform, of course.
Less than 4 minutes left in the first half. North Carolina has not made a free throw yet in this game. And still haven't as O'Koren misses a deuce. Knocked away. And it goes to North Carolina. Last touch by Notre Dame. Good hustle by Yoniker.
Really not a good idea to pass that ball into that kind of traffic. Everybody defensively. There's Tommy Lagarde.
The senior, second team All-ACC, member of the U.S. Olympic team. He'll be operated upon next week for that knee cartilage injury.
Still looking to free Phil Ford down in the corners, but Notre Dame picking him up wherever he goes.
Notre Dame leads by 6. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Deflected and stolen by Branning. Davis fouls it. Davis with a foul. And that'll send the Irish to the line in 1-1. Notre Dame has committed only 6 team fouls in this first half, so that explains why North Carolina hasn't had the chance from the charity line except on a shooting foul. Branning has 8 points, 2 of them on free throws.
1-1. Of course, one of the reasons for that, Dick, they play that zone so well that they don't get themselves in foul trouble with any one-on-one matchups defensively.
Branning looking for his 10th point, and that equals Notre Dame's biggest lead, 8 points, with 3:22 left in this first half. Meanwhile, Kansas State 36, Marquette 28, 1 minute left in the first half at Oklahoma City. Michigan leads Detroit 46-42. 2 minutes left in the first half. That game at Lexington, Kentucky. Zalgiris can't connect. Branning, who's been all over the court, gets the rebound.
Boy, Notre Dame just playing that defense so well right now.
Branning walks right around Phil Ford. Duck Williams fouls Alligaris of North Carolina. And will send the Irish to the free throw line, 1-1.
Good one-on-one movement here. You're going to see Zalagaris come from behind. Had part of the ball, but also part of the arm right there. Good move by Duck Williams.
Williams, the leading scorer for the Irish. Duck hitting at an 18-point per game clip, 51% from the floor and 76% from the line. From Mackin High School in Washington, D.C. Of course, Austin Carr also attended that high school and went on to Notre Dame as an All-American. The biggest lead celebrated by the Irish, 9 points, with 2:40 left in the half. 10 points for the Irish.
Boy, everything has turned around since that altercation at half court. Notre Dame really picking up now, playing great defense. North Carolina trying to send everybody to the baseline to flood that part of the zone.
Kraft Sisson left alone scores at 36-28. His 4th point.
That's a good way to attack that zone, but if Notre Dame steals the ball, of course, they've got everybody beating them back on the fast break.
Good man-to-man defense by Carolina with 2 minutes left in the half. Toby Knight on a little give and go. 38-28, 9 points for Knight. We have a halftime score. Michigan 48, Detroit 44. So that game's still up for grabs. Walter Davis cans at 20-footer. Davis has 6, playing with that fractured finger. 8-point Irish lead. Final minute and a half of this first half.
Oh, good play by
steal by Kraft Sisson. He was out of bounds and trying to save the ball.
Very good play right there. He came from a long way to get that one.
Earlier, Kentucky beat VMI 93-78. Truman Claytor with 29, and he shot as well from the outside as any guard we've seen all year, Billy. And how about Ron Carter of VMI? The fans gave him a standing ovation, all 15,000 for his play. He scored 28 in defeat for VMI.
Anytime Notre Dame's overplayed, they backdoor very well. There goes one right there with Duck Williams.
Traveling against Williams, a delayed call.
You can't fault him, though. Just a super backdoor move, and Notre Dame is well prepared for this game.
Well, it isn't Digger Phelps' birthday, but Corey Leibel and cameraman Bill Kelly, our technical director, and John Gonzalez, our electronic graphics man, and Steve Roskin's wife are all celebrating a birthday today. We've got a little of the green right here in our NBC crew tonight. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Dudley Bradley, not there. Duck Williams for the Irish the other way. The Irish go for the last shot.
Duck had an opportunity, of course, to fast break that time, but he wanted to go ahead. They're going to go little 4 corners of their own right now. Both of these teams use this in their offense.
40 seconds left in the half. Notre Dame with the ball and an 8-point lead. Deflected out of bounds by O'Corin. We have a great halftime feature for you, so don't wander too far away. We're going to take a look at some of the dunks in college basketball this year. Some that did and some that didn't, and get some comments from players and coaches and officials. Jim Maroney's put together a very interesting and amusing piece for you at halftime.
North Carolina foul on number 22, Dudley Bradley.
Bradley picks up the foul for North Carolina. Walter Davis out briefly, returns for North Carolina. A big crowd here. Some 15,000 jammed into Cole Fieldhouse. University of Maryland. Both these teams played here this season, and both were victorious. Notre Dame in the season's opener won an overtime game against Maryland, and North Carolina won by 3 in their game here this year. Been a big half for Rich Branning. He has 11 points, 5 out of 6 from the line.
I think a lot of the things that he's done well for his ball club don't show up in the stats. He's really been a good floor general out there.
Equals Notre Dame's biggest lead, 10 points.
You see again that North Carolina wants to attack down on the baseline. Really makes them susceptible to the fast break. get 4 guys right now down inside the Notre Dame threesome.
Time running out. Carolina wants this man to have the ball, Phil Ford. Takes that final shot, but he may not get it. It's Walter Davis who shoots, and he can't connect. That's the end of the first half. Notre Dame playing very impressively. Leaves the court with a 10-point lead at the intermission in this National Collegiate Basketball Championship regional game. It's Notre Dame 40, North Carolina 30. We'll join Metropolitan Life Basketball Report after this message.
Capri is...
The University of North Carolina Charlotte with an 81-59 win over Syracuse will meet either Michigan or Detroit for the Mid-East Regional Championship. Yoniker against Toby Knight. We start the second half. The loser looks ahead to 78. And the winner of the regional final Saturday here.
Same situation as the first half. Toby Knight controlling.
The Irish have superior height on that front line. Open is Duck Williams. Toby Knight, slam dunk. Well, that was appropriate. We had the halftime feature, and Knight showed you how it's done. Biggest Notre Dame lead, 42-30.
And once again, good movement without the ball by Notre Dame. They're just executing that so well.
Stolen by Knight. How do you do? 2 in a row. 13 for Toby Knight. And it's a big 14-point lead for the Irish of Notre Dame.
And they're playing man-to-man. This is kind of surprising. They've been so effective with the matchup zone.
Phil Ford can't get it. Rebound Davis. Good rebound by the senior.
Very important rebound for North Carolina. They haven't gotten off the box well in the second half.
Inside, stolen by Flowers. Good defense by Bruce Flowers. And Rich Branning will bring it up for Notre Dame. Branning tonight. Thrown away by Dave Batten. But even with that errant pass, a lot of good activity in the Notre Dame offense.
Well, anytime you find somebody that jump switches and tries to trap you as much as North Carolina, if the guys offensively move well without the ball, they'll find themselves with a lot of easy shots.
For DeCuster, good fake on Knight and a foul by Dave Batten.
There was some movement of North Carolina on their own with a little shuffle cut right there with John Custer coming off the screen. There he comes. It was wide open, a little small inside there. Knight did a real good job making him take the bad shot.
Custer did not have a free throw chance in the first half. You see Digger chatting with his assistant, Dick Kuchin. Custer had 6 points in the first half, all on field goals.
This young guy was the most valuable player in the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament this year. A real gutty, smart performance.
44-32. You know he'll maintain his poise. The Irish look at a press, and it's Batten receiving that good lob pass.
Real good, strong catch, too. He went up right underneath the ball very well.
The Irish on the attack. There's Batten wide open, and he blew it. Good feed, but Batten couldn't connect. Mike O'Corin, good try by the kid O'Corin. He scores. O'Corin, a pretty play.
He really moves the baseline well. Good pass by Ford. O'Corin makes a little move right here, then crossover dribble. Going to come underneath, hesitates, goes up between two people, using the body well. Stays right with the shot, Dick. I think that's the key in a guy that's a good man inside. He keeps his head right up there at the basket all the time.
6 points and now 7 for O'Corin. That was the third foul against Bruce Flowers, the first of the Irish players to pick up 3. Oh, North Carolina cuts Notre Dame's lead to 9.
Beautiful catch and a nice pass. I tell you, the big guys from Notre Dame are really handling the ball, moving well without it.
11-point Irish lead. O'Corin drives again and scores, and is fouled by Batten. That basket should count. And Batten in disbelief says, hey, I was just standing here like a statue.
Well, you can see him move over after O'Corn had taken off the floor. Tough call, but a pretty good call by the ref.
Kansas State leading Marquette 52-42 with 12 minutes left. The Wildcats, the Big 8 champs, have a 10-point lead with 12 minutes to go at Oklahoma City. Here's O'Corn looking for his second three-point play in the last 30 seconds.
Well, you can see what Dean Smith's going to try to do. He's going to try to keep all the pressure he can on defensively. They did tire Notre Dame out for a little stretch in the first half. He's going to try to do the same thing here with good full-court pressure. Then probably bring in a fresh new team.
O'Corn made 6 points in 23 seconds.
Really picking up the tempo defensively now, knowing they're going to get rest in a minute or so.
Paterno working on Walter Davis. 3 seconds, 3-second violation against Notre Dame. The fans wanted traveling on Paterno. That could be a break for Carolina as their fans root on the Tar Heels, who trail by 8. Zalgiris, number 32, returns. Tom Zalgiris. He replaces Walter Davis.
I don't know why they held up the game. Good time for North Carolina. Try to get that ball on the sidelines and get it up the court. Gives Notre Dame another rest.
Bill Ford down the alley. 46-40. Notre Dame's 14-point lead has been carved to 6.
Really doing a good job,
Duck Williams, followed by Bruce Flowers. That rebounding power of Notre Dame pays off as Flowers has 8 points. Huster right back for North Carolina. Out of bounds to whom? North Carolina's the call. That official had a lot of help over there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but when Bruce Flowers goes after the ball, I just like to watch him play. He's so aggressive, and yet he plays a clean game. He goes after it, he really means business. Notre Dame back to the matchup. They do so much better in this than they do in the man-to-man.
O'Corn going to the hoop again, can't score. Ford gets it for the Tar Heels. Zalgiris, good shooter, and he hits. Zalgiris makes it 48-42. He has 4 points. Duck Williams. Oh, what a hooker. What an act, Houston. What a play. To Ford. Underneath the Yoniker. To O'Corn. Oh, and he is fouled by Flowers, who has his 4th foul. And what a series of activity by the hustling Carolina Tar Heels. And they have this crowd on its feet. Timeout. 4 minutes into the second half, the Irish lead by 6.
Number 34, Bruce Flowers, his 4th. It's the 4th.
Coke as life, it's got the taste and the feeling. Coke as life, you and me, looking for some extra life. Coke tastes nice now, looking to live. Let's live, feeling the beat, or playing it cool, beating the heat. Coke as life, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola.
Call this number toll-free. Here some of the 50 judges tell why they rated a Mercury Marquis superior overall to a 77 Cadillac DeVille, based on tests of styling, convenience, trunk capacity, 6-passenger seating comfort, quality, and ride. The DeVille and the Marquis are now comparable in size, but based on wins in 26 of 30 individual tests, they rated the Marquis superior overall by 37-13. Call, and here's some of their reasons why.
It's an interesting note that there are more than 200,000 men and women competing in intercollegiate athletic programs and more than 2 million other students engaged in intramural activities at NCAA member institutions. Our nation's universities and colleges are committed to providing students the opportunity to compete, and NCAA members annually invest over $2 billion in facilities and operating funds for athletic and intramural programs. Before we go to the free throw in O'Corn, here's that action. Look at the hustle by John Huster. He's trying to dribble all the time he was sliding on his side.
Well, fortunately for Huster, he never got control of the ball. It would have been a traveling violation, but just super hustle by the young man there. And you know, Timeouts are so important in a college basketball game, and I think Digger Phelps used one very wisely there. He could see the game kind of getting away from his ball club, takes the timeout, slows him down again.
O'Corin has hit 8 points in the last minute and a half, and Carolina cuts into the lead. Notre Dame by 4. Stolen, but a foul against Phil Ford. Ford, the foul in the backcourt, his second. They'll play it again, will Notre Dame, from their own backcourt.
Phil Ford, his second, the first team foul.
University of Michigan, with 14 minutes left in the game, has a 62-54 lead over Detroit.
North Carolina not guarding the man putting the ball in bounds.
Great save by Ford. What a play. Carolina has the momentum. Notre Dame has scored. 48-46.
You can see they're not guarding the man taking the ball in bounds, which really means they're playing 5-on-4 defensively. Notre Dame's going to have to break somebody down in tight to get that ball in bounds.
Duck Williams traveled. Here's that last basket set up by Phil Ford. Tussle on defense.
He made a heck of a save right here. Actually, he's out of bounds. The official missed that one.
That ball should have gone to Notre Dame, so they all even up. North Carolina down by 14 early in this half, looking for a tie. Not there. Yoniker scores! Bill Paterno is hurt. We're going to have a timeout, I believe, to see what happened to Paterno. I believe he twisted his ankle going up for that rebound. Yoniker has just tied the game for Carolina at 48 apiece. It was his first basket of the game. Paterno trying to walk off the pain from that twisted ankle.
And Dean Smith wanting them to either get him out of there or play the game, because this is the tempo that he likes. In the first half, Notre Dame got a break when the referees slowed the game down, not taking anything away from the refs, but they need a little breather right here.
Toby Knight with a pass. Notre Dame led 44-30 at the start of this second half when Toby Knight scored 2 in a row. Carolina has come back, outscoring the Irish 18-4 to tie the game. Toby Knight puts Notre Dame back in front.
Boy, they're all senior. He really does his job. This is a super young player.
He leads all scorers with 17. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Phil Ford not there, and a foul is called. I believe Ford, after the shot, was pushed. Dave Batten of Notre Dame gets the foul, his third.
That makes Digger angry, because he doesn't want that kind of foul at all by Batten. He needs him into the ball game. With Flowers in a little trouble, Digger doesn't have any big guys to go to if he gets those 2 guys sitting down.
At the line, Phil Ford, he's going to get a pair.
North Carolina.
Ford, the best free throw shooter for North Carolina, hitting 85%. Looking for a tie in the game with 5 minutes gone in the second half. Ford now has 14. He leads North Carolina.
Here's that full court press again. Good pass by Paterno, finding the open man in a hurry.
Duck Williams, look at that Kuster, he's all over the place. And it goes out of bounds to North Carolina. Just the hustle of John Kuster forced that series of incredible bounces.
Here's the double team. Now a jump switch by Ford. He cuts Duck Williams' legs out. Here Paterno chips over Kuster. Duck gets it, loosed it through his legs, out of bounds. O'Corin loved it. Digger Phelps wants this thing to get back down to some reasonable fashion right now. His club's getting a little helter-skelter.
Well, we talked about the luck of the Irish. There have been a couple of plays that reflect a little luck of the Tar Heels here in this second half. It's even at 50. Open is Kuster. North Carolina leads for the first time in the game after they were down by 14 points in this second half. They better hurry. And they'll make the 10-second count.
Notre Dame needs to get back into their game right now. They've let it get away from them a little bit. They need another timeout.
Toby Knight. Duck Williams.
Notre Dame.
Dave Batten. Oh, it gets a nice bounce off the iron. They're tied at 52. Batten has 6.
Surprised Surprisingly, Notre Dame's trying to force everything right now. They played nice, smooth ball in the first half. Right now they're trying to jam things inside. You can see the difference in the tempo. North Carolina very patient. Everybody moving without the ball. Notre Dame just a little bit too frantic.
It's tied at 52. 13 and a half minutes remaining in the game. Schuster and Ford saves it. Walter Davis will pop. And rebound by Batt high in the air. Brand new game. 52 aside with 13 minutes left. Winner plays Kentucky on Saturday. Oh, Yoniker in near steal, but it's Toby Knight scoring, and the foul is on Knight. The basket is good. A charge on Knight, who now has 19 points and 2 fouls.
Another real good move without the ball. Set it up. Toby Knight coming over it. Change of direction right here by Knight. You'll see him. He comes over. Good change of direction with the ball. And a good call by the official because Schuster was waiting on it.
Schuster got that kneecap right in the point of the jaw. Show you how high Knight was in the air. Takes a little courage. This keeps up, Billy. They're going to have to wear those hockey masks to protect themselves. Oh, we're getting an interesting halftime score. From the far west at the half, Utah leads Las Vegas 40-39. Phil Ford can't hit. Rebound Batt.
Not a good shot by Ford.
Duck Williams hustles on Ford. Foul is called.
Let's see what they're going to do with the basket.
No basket, no goaltending. All right, we're getting a correction. It's a long way from Provo, Utah. Let's get it right. It is Las Vegas 40, Utah 39 at the half. Utah beat Las Vegas during the regular season. Redskins, perhaps the most underrated team in college basketball this year. And they beat Kentucky and they beat Las Vegas. You know they've got talent. Duck Williams trying to add to the Irish lead. He has 8 points in the game.
Notre Dame doing a good job right now. There was that tremendous flurry by North Carolina. It seemed that Notre Dame's gotten their composure back a little bit, starting to play their game.
Notre Dame back into a 4-point lead with 12 and a half minutes left. That's Zalgiris. A nice shooter. Can't hit that one, however. And it's Hanslick just into the game for Notre Dame, a freshman who gets the rebound. Bill Hanslick, he's a 6'7" freshman from Beloit, Wisconsin. Paterno hits it. 58-52. Notre Dame jumps back in front by 6.
Kind of surprising to see somebody let Paterno, after his dribble, get a shot off, because he is a fine shooter.
Bill Ford has been held in check. Walter Davis traps this into Ford. Ford can't hit it. Rebound, out of bounds to Notre Dame. 45, dating back for North Carolina. With 8 minutes and 45 seconds left at Lexington, Kentucky. Get this one. Michigan 68, Detroit 68. Dick Vitale, that head coach of Detroit. Oh, he's something. He's the basketball's answer to Muhammad Ali. He's got some verbiage. And he's been waiting in the weeds for the Wolverines. That's Hanslick all the way, and a foul is called on O'Corin for reaching in. Don't forget, we'll have 3 games for you. Big triple header on Saturday. Begins at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock on the West Coast. And you'll see 3 games. And it'll depend on what area you're watching, what 3 you'll see. But we know one of them will be the game we'll be calling from Provo, Utah, the Western Division Regional Championship. Winner of the Las Vegas-Utah game against the winner of the UCLA-Idaho State game later tonight.
Here comes the double team.
Foul on Paterno, using the free hand to push off. It is second foul on Paterno.
I think it's kind of interesting watching this second half. It seems whenever North Carolina can tire out Notre Dame, they go ahead and get a run of points. Then Notre Dame gets their second win, get themselves reorganized again, and then they build up a little lead. It looks like this is going down the wire, and see who has the fresh troops at the end.
Notre Dame in that zone defense.
Bill Ford really has been quiet here. He hadn't had very good rhythm on his jump shot.
He's a better player in a man-to-man defense, isn't he?
Definitely.
Huster can't hit. Rebound, Notre Dame. That.
How many big rebounds has he pulled down tonight? Really doing a good job.
58-52, Notre Dame leads. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Branning maneuvering and hitting. Rich Branning gives Notre Dame an 8-point lead. He has 14 points. 6.5 minutes remaining. Kansas State 58, Marquette 54. That game, Midwest Regional at Oklahoma City.
Now it looks like North Carolina getting a little nervous offensively.
Huster gets a much-needed basket for the Tar Heels. As the clock ticks down to the 10-minute mark, the Irish lead by 6. Knocked away by Zalgiris. O'Corn to Ford. Bill Ford scores! Did he hit the floor? Fouled by Hanslick. Boy, you could hear bones against wood, and Ford pops to his feet like a cat.
That's a good pass by O'Corn, hitting right on the money. You stay concentrated on the basket, but you can't when you're flat on your back. Ford really goes down hard, but he stays with it.
And Ford going flat on his back. Watch the ball go through. He'll have a chance at another point. He'll be at the free throw line when we return. Carolina trailing the Irish by 4. We return you to our studios for this message.
Pabst Blue Ribbon wouldn't dare challenge anyone to scale an ice-covered mountain. Unless he knows what he's doing. But we do challenge everyone to discover a better tasting beer. Taste and compare Blue Ribbon with any other premium beer. We know you'll never go back to the beer you were drinking. Pabst, since 1844, the quality has always come through.
My father was in a car accident while I was up at school. He'll be okay, but it'll be about a year before he can go back to work and support the family. So I'm going to work instead. We made such plans for college. But I guess there are some things that you just don't plan on.
Sometimes a man's disability can cripple his entire family. Talk to us at Money about your disability insurance needs. Mutual of New York. Money for the future.
Macmillan probes the death of a TV newsman. Art Carney and Bruce Solomon are fellow sleuths in Lanigan's Rabbi. It's a Sunday mystery movie double feature starting at 8, 7 Central.
A week from Sunday, NBC will be presenting a 1-hour NCAA special. It begins at 2:30 Eastern Time. Action at the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships from Cobo Hall in Detroit, with Washington State, Texas El Paso, and Villanova among the top teams competing. Will make up part of the show, as well as our feature from Atlanta's Omni on the National Collegiate Basketball Tournament's Final 4. Well, actually, at that point, it'll be the Final 2 on Sunday. Bill Ford, the playmaking ace. The North Carolina backcourt going for the three-point play, trying to chop Notre Dame's lead to 3.
Another important thing about making these, it allows North Carolina to get in their full-court press.
24, Walter Davis. Walter Davis back in now for North Carolina.
They weren't having an opportunity, of course, to press very much for the simple reason that they weren't scoring.
Good pressure by... Buck Williams hawked by Kuster. Well, that Kuster does a better job sliding on his side than he does on his feet at times. He's amazing. I wonder if he's ever played goalie in hockey. Marquette has just rallied to tie Kansas State. It's 58 apiece with 4 minutes to go as Bruce Flowers hits for Notre Dame to give the Irish a 5-point lead. 10 for Flowers.
Both of these clubs like to go to 4 corners when they get a working margin with time in their favor. Don't be surprised to see Notre Dame go to it early.
Huster left alone, can't hit. Toby Knight rebounds. A foul on Yoniker of North Carolina. That is only the 4th foul against Carolina. Getting a score in Michigan, Detroit, 73-68. Michigan now leading Detroit with 6.5 minutes left. Michigan 73, Detroit 68. 7.5 minutes left in that game. Here, Notre Dame, 62. North Carolina, 57 with 9.5 minutes left. Marquette and Kansas State are tied late in their game. Kansas State had led that one throughout.
Toby Knight moving real well inside, trying to find himself a free one.
Branning over Ford. Rich Branning. He has played sensationally from Huntington Beach, California. Averaging 10.5 a game. He has 16 in this one.
Really have Ford stymied in that zone.
Michael Corrin banks in a 20-footer. O'Corrin now has 14 points, and it's the Irish by 5 with 8:40 left. Foul, O'Corrin of North Carolina, his third.
He knew it.
North Carolina,
Team's fifth foul.
back in the game. That foul was on 31, Michael
Steve
Corrin.
Krafsisson, number 54, is back in for Carolina as Joniker goes out.
North Carolina team foul.
Digger Phelps not substituting anywhere near like Dean Smith has, but he's done a good job keeping guys fresh in the front line.
Tripping foul called against Phil Ford, and that is his third foul. Ford thought that Branning just slipped on his own. Here it is.
We'll see it again. Branning, as you said, Dick, doing a great job, and it was. Ford went in there, took him right off the ground. Good call.
Branning has played the entire game. He has not had a single breather for Notre Dame and has contributed very strongly to this lead, 64-59 Irish.
Here's another guy having a great ball game. That senior maturity really helping. There he moves without the ball.
Toby Knight, blocked by Davis, foul by Krafsisson. So Davis got the block, but Krafsisson got him with the body.
Well, young guys can really get a lesson watching Toby Knight play tonight. Every time he's been on the offensive end of the floor, he's moving constantly without the ball, taking his man away from it, and then cutting back to it, and been open so many times.
As a freshman, he scored 2.5 points a game. As a sophomore, 9. Last year, he averaged only 7.5 a game, but this year, 15 points a game and 10.5 rebounds. And voted by his teammates the Irish most valuable player. Looking for his 21st point. He settles for 20, the top total in the game. 8:15 left.
Well, that matchup is still giving North Carolina problems.
Zalgiris hits. Tom Zalgiris off the bench has done a good job from outside. 6'5" junior has 6 points. Less than 8 minutes left.
That time Notre Dame set up a special play to get the ball in bounds. A real good screen by Batten who set it up.
4-point lead for the Irish. Toby Knight to Flowers. Ford took the ball away for a moment, and it's out of bounds. O'Corrin's feet were out of bounds as he did that little pirouette on his backside.
And you see, Paterno didn't go in for any dunk right there. He put that ball behind his back and was just happy with it.
With less than 4 minutes left in the Midwest, Marquette has taken the lead, I believe, for the first time. Kansas State has been in front most of the game. Marquette now leads it 60-58. Walter Davis goes out of the Carolina lineup. Notre Dame 65, North Carolina 61. Duck Williams over O'Corrin, can't score. But Toby Knight gets the rebound and scores. Very big play by Toby Knight. 22 for Knight. Acrobatic. 67-61 lead for the Irish.
That's just a great play that time. He's had some ball game.
Bill Ford. Oh, there's a clutch bucket. The good get going when it gets tough. And Ford now has 19 to lead Carolina.
Talk about rhythm, Dick. He had it on that play.
Turnover. 5 seconds, and Notre Dame could not turn that pass in bounds. 67-63. Here's Knight's last bucket.
Well, see how far away he was when he came in for that rebound? He was about 22 feet when the shot was taken. Still came back in a super play inside.
Meanwhile, at Lexington, Michigan leads Detroit 80-72. with 5 minutes to go. Here's 7 minutes to go, and Carolina, with a basket, could pull within 2. Digger Phelps Irish leading 67-63. Ford on the taller Paterno. Dalagaris and Williams are both 6'3", although Dalagaris looks much taller. Ford way outside, can't hit, but he was fouled by Branning, a push on the shot. Branning's second foul.
You can see Phil Ford getting it cranked up right now to go down for his stretch drive.
Ford from Rocky Mount, North Carolina High School. The all-time North Carolina assist man, and he's only a junior. Leading scorer this year. Hitting 55% from the floor, 85% from the line. He cuts the Irish lead to 3.
Watch this press, Dick. Not guarding the man taking the ball out of bounds, as I said. Makes it a 5-on-4 game defensively. Notre Dame's really got to move.
Saved by Carolina. Ford, then he loses it. But Yoniker made a fine play to get the ball for a fraction of a moment for Carolina. 6.5 minutes remaining. Notre Dame once ahead by 14. Now leads by 2. Duck Williams gets it. What shot by Williams, and they're all money plays now. Williams has a dozen.
Dick, he seems to make more tough shots than any guard around. That was a fadeaway from the corner.
Dalagaris can't hit. Gets his own rebound knocked away to North Carolina. Last touch by the Irish. Don't forget, this Saturday a triple header, 3 regional finals, and then we go on to Atlanta for the doubleheader semifinals a week from Saturday and the NCAA championships a week from Monday. John Kuster unloading to Ford. Rebound Flowers. The big guy from Michigan is fouled by O'Corum. So play will go to the other end. The Irish have a 4-point lead. Less than 6 minutes to go. Marquette 61. Kansas State 60 with 2 minutes left in the game. Oh, they've all been close tonight with the exception of the UNC Charlotte victory over Syracuse. Or they caught the Orangemen on an off night. And suddenly the nation's starting to wonder, is that the dark horse team in this year's tournament? University of North Carolina and Charlotte. Dean Smith wants to talk to his charges. We have a timeout, less than 6 minutes remaining. Irish 69, North Carolina 65.
New action for the Cat set. And a new symbol of driving excitement. Mercury Cougar XR7 with a total new look for 77. Bold, strong, aggressive. More of a Cougar than ever before. Deeply padded. Luxurious. Front disc brakes. Steel belted radials. And a stance on the road that says, this is my private domain. This year, XR7 unleashes new excitement. A pack of new Cougar running mates. A spacious 4-door Brougham with luxury ride engineered by Lincoln Mercury specialists. More XR7 excitement. In a sporty Cougar wagon with rich wood-tone paneling fresh from the lair and yards of cargo space. New luxury, new action for the Cat set. See all the new Cougars for 77 at the sign of the Cat.
As we come down to the excitement of the NCAA basketball championship, that means baseball's not too far around the corner. And coming up on April 9th, the first doubleheader telecast by NBC on the game of the week. But prior to that, on Sunday, March 27th, we hope you'll join host Joe Garagiola. 1-hour baseball special, the changing face of baseball. It'll be 3:30 Eastern time. Here at Cole Fieldhouse on the campus of the University of Maryland. Notre Dame's Irish leading the Tar Heels of Carolina 69-65. Bruce Flowers drops in a key free throw, has 11 points in the game. Michigan 82, Detroit 79 with 3.5 minutes left at Lexington. Paterno can't save. Yes, he does. It went right through Carolina's hands. Big break for the Irish, who lead by 5 and get the ball.
Here comes the 4 corners by Notre Dame. I thought it would come early with about 6 to come. It's about 5:40.
Paterno threw it away. Toby Knight was breaking to the baseline, and Paterno threw it behind him. That clock running is not the official clock. In case you're wondering, the official clock has stopped. It's 5.5 minutes now left in the game.
Notre Dame's going to stay right in that matchup. Of course, North Carolina's going to have to play man-to-man if they go into the four-corner offense.
Carolina trails by 5 with a bit more than 5 minutes left. And North Carolina must be opportunists now. They have to make good on their chances. Ford can't hit. Rebound, Paterno. Williams will bring the ball up court with 5 minutes left. It's 70-65, Notre Dame.
Kind of interesting. Toby Knight taking the middle position. Not
5
used
seconds.
to it.
5 seconds. And there'll be a jump ball.
Now, what Digger's going to argue right here is that he took the ball in one part of the court area, then he moved out over the midcourt area and should have got another count.
Marquette 60, Kansas State 58.
They're giving that Marquette score 60-58 over Kansas State. It's not a final as yet. Richard Digger Phelps, of course, he received his nickname. His father, a mortician in the state of New York, and I know Mr. and Mrs. Phelps watching their sons play tonight.
Toby Knight coming up with another big play. You try to think about it tonight, he hasn't done anything except positive things for his ball club.
Irish trying to kill the clock. 4.5 minutes left. Blocked by O'Corin, right back to Paterno. Notre Dame has a 5-point lead. Both teams are in the 1-1. Goes in the backcourt. Jump ball. Traveling is the call.
Even the priest didn't like that one.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh. Father, come on now.
Number 40, Bruce Buckley.
On camera, you can get in a lot of trouble in this league.
I'm glad he said, are you kidding me? I'm really glad he said that. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. North Carolina trails by 5. Foul. Duck Williams, little slapping foul on Williams, his second. And that will send Carolina to the line 1-1.
Duck Williams, his second.
I think this Notre Dame team goes to Mass, of course, before every ball game, and they even had a special little medal that they handed out on St. Patrick's Day to their club. I think you have one, don't you?
Digger Phelps gave me one. I need a little help. 4:07 left. Kuester at the line, 1-1. John Kuester, good free throw shooter, hitting 80%. Wants to be a coach when he leaves Carolina. He's been a coach on the floor at times. Good steady ball player. He hits 2 pressure free throws to cut the Irish lead to 3. 4 minutes left.
A different offensive inbounds play for Notre Dame that time. Worked very well.
Toby Knight going to the iron. Blocked by Davis. What a block by 6'5" Walter Davis.
Now for North Carolina, shot selection so
O'Corin, the freshman, not afraid to gun, and Carolina pulls within 1 with 3:40 left.
What this also does, Dick, it probably takes the 4 corners away from Notre Dame. They'll probably go back to their regular offense as they are. It's only a 1-point lead.
3.5 minutes left. A pushing foul away from the ball against North Carolina on O'Corin, and that is his 5th foul. Here's that last block by Davis.
Boy, excellent timing right here because Toby Knight took it to the basket very well.
Mike O'Corin has fouled out. He scored 16 points, and there's a young man with 3 more years of eligibility, and Carolina knows they've got a gem, and Mike O'Corin, he's fouled out, scoring 16. Of course, the one advantage Dean Smith has, the way he uses his bench throughout the course of the year, no matter who he puts in, has had good playing experience.
Well, I think you're right on that, Jack. They actually won the championship game in the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament against a Virginia club that was playing so well. And he had Ford out of the game with foul, Davis out of the game with an injury, and Lagarde out of the game with an injury. So in a situation like that, you've got to count on your bench.
And they were behind, I believe, when Ford fouled out.
They certainly were.
Rich Branning is at the line. I don't believe he was the man who was fouled. That's what the Carolina people are arguing, that it was not Branning. There was Flowers. And Branning is an 80% free throw shooter. Flowers is a 61% free throw shooter. And so Branning coolly hits it to make it 71-69. Flowers had initially gone to the line. Branning makes them both, and Carolina trails the Irish by 3 with 3.5 minutes left. Bruce Buckley has replaced O'Corin, the senior Buckley. Bill Ford hit. Ford hit 72-71. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left. Duck Williams scores, and he is fouled by Buckley.
Boy, that's a great drive by Duck. When he got the ball on the sidelines, he felt daylight. Here's what happens when you try that long jump switch, North Carolina uses. You have a man open. Duck felt no pressure and took it to the hoop beautifully.
Williams, who likes to go to the iron, now has 14 points, and Notre Dame's lead is 3 as Williams goes for the three-point play. Notre Dame 75, Carolina 71, with 3 minutes exactly left in the game. That's Huster, not there, rebound, goes to North Carolina. Last touch by Bruce Flowers. Here's the final from Lexington, Michigan, 86, Detroit, 81. So Michigan advances. They'll play the University of North Carolina, Charlotte on Saturday. UNCC won 81-59 over Syracuse.
And they won the title of Michigan.
That's right. Walter Davis. That hand may be bothering him. Toby Knight rebounds. And now the Irish, with a 4-point lead, have only 2.5 minutes to kill, and they go into the finals here in the East against Kentucky. No harm, no foul, and now the foul is on whom? Charging on Williams.
Boy, Huster played that so well. Actually, Notre Dame has not done well in the fourth quarter. It was kind of a delayed call right here. Here you see Huster getting position. Excellent position. There was the foul, but it wasn't called right away, and then was called a little later.
75-71, Notre Dame leading, 2:23 remaining. There's the man they're looking to, Phil Ford. He can't hit it. Rebound, Yoniker. He can't hit. Yoniker gets it again. He can't hit. Tipped in by Buckley. Buckley batted it home. 75-73, 2 minutes left.
I think Digger
Champion by number 40, Bruce Buckley.
Because they have not executed well into the law.
Branning got a high bounce, but controlled it neatly. Davis steals. Walter Davis to Ford. It's a tie. Oh, my. Phil Ford from Davis. 25 points for Ford.
That four corners are really getting Notre Dame in trouble. They need a timeout.
A minute, 37, 36, 35 left. 1:35 left.
They need a timeout. Digger trying to get it. There he got it.
Timeout, Notre Dame. And this crowd has seen all that they could have wanted, Billy. 75 apiece. They'll play a minute and a half of regulation play to see who goes against Kentucky.
Now here you have Walter Davis coming all the way across the court. Excellent lead pass here to Phil Ford, who lays it up beautifully. Actually, that four corners really got Notre Dame into some trouble. They twice had leads and working margins, went to it. On both occasions, the defensive pressure by North Carolina took it away from them.
North Carolina did not lead in this game until the middle of the second half. The Irish, with 2 quick baskets after halftime, had posted a 44-30 lead, but then Carolina, red hot, pulled even at 48. Then Notre Dame took the lead back, and with 5 minutes to go, had a 4-5-point lead. But North Carolina has made some big defensive plays, and the game is now even at 75. And this is one of those games that becomes a cliche because we've all said it so many times, Billy. So you hate for one team to lose this one.
Well, they've really battled so well. There's Digger Phelps down. Now, I think he's going to junk that four corners, get back to his regular offense with the movement that they had, and look for Toby Knight. I think, Dick, he's going to be the key guy for Notre Dame down the wire here because Branning will probably try to occupy the ball along with Duck Williams, and Knight's been the guy with his experience that's been able to shake straight.
With 10 seconds left out at Oklahoma City, Marquette 67, Kansas State 66. Yeah, a few sweaty palms out there, too. Branning, the quarterback of the Notre Dame offense.
They're back into their regular offense. Watch Toby Knight. He's playing against Yoniker.
Williams loses it. Oh, but Ford is hurt. No, Ford made the defensive play, but he injured his right elbow in making that play. Hopefully not seriously. Tar Heels have had incredible bad luck in the injury department. You don't normally lose a starter, much less two, when they lost their big center Lagarde and then Walter Davis with a fractured finger. But Davis playing tonight, and Ford apparently is okay, trying to shake the sting out of that elbow. We welcome everyone from Oklahoma City. We've just seen the Marquette-Kansas State game. How'd that one come out? We're waiting to hear the final ourselves. 75-75 here, as you can see, with just a bit more than a minute remaining. Notre Dame had as big as a 14-point lead in the second half, only to find North Carolina to rally. Then the Irish regained the lead, and now it's down to perhaps the final shot. As Dean Smith has called time, we'll break from the action. 1:16 left. The Irish and the Tar Heels even at 75.
He says that my car is cheaper to fix than this one, right?
Right.
But do I get a break on my insurance?
You can now with Allstate, because rates are different with us. We found that the cost of claims is higher for some late model cars, lower for others. Only Allstate figures that into its rates, and it makes a difference.
Sounds fair to me.
When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the good hands people.
How many mornings a week do you start off like this? Gotcha. Time to change to a Norelco rotary razor. The rotary razor has 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades. 36, safely protected inside 3 floating heads. With 9 adjustable razor settings for a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth. With no more. Gotcha. The revolutionary Norelco rotary razor. It's one razor that doesn't get you.
Our statistician, Jim Krauser, reminds us that Notre Dame, the last 3 possessions, have not taken a shot. They were leading 75-71. Now the game is even at 75. 46-year-old Dean Smith, regarded as one of the outstanding basketball minds in the country, matched against a youngster, 11 years his junior, Digger Phelps. Both of them great bench coaches. There's the final, Michigan beating Detroit. Marquette has edged Kansas State in what must have been a thriller at Oklahoma City. And here, it might well come down to that final possession. John Kuester controlling the ball for North Carolina.
Really interesting here. Notre Dame playing man-to-man. Now this gives Bill Ford an opportunity to maneuver. Very surprising.
Four-corner offense, and Ford is the man who really plays that as well as anyone. There he goes to the hoop. Can't score. He's fouled. You'll see how he cradled his body, using that to protect the ball away from Duck Williams, actually leaning into Williams on that drive.
Here's the move right here. Now, Ford is really a master in the 4 corners. We're going to have to watch, though, Dick. He hurt that elbow before, and it was on his shooting arm. Now, we'll see how that affects his shooting touch from the foul line.
Ford, 85% free throw shooter, gives Carolina the lead. They've led very rarely in this game. 56 seconds left. Carolina by 2. For those of you who joined us to see the movie of the week on NBC, will be seen in its entirety following this game. 77-75, North Carolina lead.
And in the zone defense is North Carolina. Notre Dame has to change things up a little bit. Brenning recognizes, trying to get the ball inside.
Kuester knocks it away, and Flowers controls for Notre Dame, and he's tied up by, no, he isn't. Duck Williams will shoot and score.
He hit it.
Duck Williams ties the game at 77 with 23 seconds left.
Some kind of exchange right there. Look for Bill Ford to try to control things again. I'm surprised Notre Dame's not going into his zone.
The winner gets Kentucky on Saturday. Kentucky beat VMI 92-78. Bill Ford with seconds remaining, stolen away. He gets it back. He can't score it, but he is fouled. Flowers fouled him with 2 seconds left.
Dick, I can't believe Notre Dame didn't go zone. They knew what North Carolina was going to do. Ford really took kind of a bad shot, but now he's going to go to the line with 2.
Bruce Flowers has fouled out. That was number 5 for Flowers. He got him on the elbow.
He sure did. It was a good call. And Ford must have seen that clock out of the corner of his eye because he knew he only had 2 seconds to go.
Well, we're about at the end of to this one, 2 seconds left, and it's appropriate, I guess, because the man to toe the line for North Carolina has been named the recipient of the Gillette Track 2 Most Valuable Player Scholarship Award. A $1,000 check will be sent to the University of North Carolina in Phil Ford's name. Ford will also receive the Track 2 MVP certificate as a personal symbol of his outstanding play. He scored 27 points tonight and is 7 for 7 from the line. Congratulations to Phil Ford.
And here you see Digger Phelps trying to use all the time he can.
Notre Dame timer.
Now they're going to call a timeout to put some extra pressure on him, Dick.
Digger Phelps not at all happy. Game is tied at 77, but the best free throw shooter in Dean Smith's camp is about to go to the line and try to win it. And there's little you can do with 2 seconds left if he even makes one of those 2 shots, Billy.
I don't know, Dick. Right on this court, we saw a game earlier this year that was settled with 1 second to go on a floor-length pass. I would say right now, Digger's getting himself organized for that inbounds play, assuming Ford does make 2 shots. Of course, you also have to get yourself in rebounding position. He's got timeouts left, so does Dean Smith. Both going over a lot of strategy there. You can see the intenseness on Digger's face. He's got to set up a shot, assuming Ford makes these.
Notre Dame has gotten into this NCAA regional 4 straight years, but they've been beaten in this first game, and Digger thought he might have one tonight. He was ahead 40-30 at halftime. Toby Knight made 2 quick goals at the start of the second half to give Notre Dame a 44-30 lead. But then Carolina went on an 18-4 scoring spree to tie the game. Then it seesawed back and forth, and now Notre Dame has used still another timeout. All psychological warfare. And Digger hopes on this St. Paddy's Day that there's a little luck of the Irish now to stop Phil Ford, who is the best Carolina free throw shooter and needs only 1 to break that 77-77 tie.
There's some interesting things going on right there. Digger likes to go with his 2 assistant coaches and sit down and map out the strategy. Coochin and McLaughlin. You can't get much more Irish than McLaughlin.
The other scores tonight, Marquette, as some of you saw in the Midwest, holding off Kansas State as the Wildcats had led most of the game. It appears it was a night in which the team that took the lead and owned the lead most of the game is the team that ultimately emerged victorious. The exception, of course, Michigan did fight off the Detroit Titans and beat them 86-81. Kentucky, leading by only 3 at the half, defeated VMI 93-78. And the last score we had from out in the far west, Las Vegas led. We're getting an update right now. Las Vegas led by 1 at halftime. And now it's a 2-point game, 61-59. Utah trails Las Vegas midway through the second half. Now to this one. 2 seconds left. North Carolina playing without its starting center, Tommy Lagarde.
Number 12, Phil
and
Ford.
Walter Davis playing with a fractured finger. Now looks to Phil Ford. And Carolina leads 78-77. Ford has not missed a free throw tonight. 8 in a row for Ford. Look for 9 in a row.
Look for him to try it long and hit the backboard. Hit the scoreboard, Dick.
It hit the speakers that are suspended from the center of this Cole Fieldhouse. Out of bounds to North Carolina. No time consumed. 2 seconds left, and Carolina will play it in. They need only to kill the final 2 seconds, and they have won a very big victory. They had to battle to defeat Purdue 69-66, and they've come from 14 down in the second half tonight.
Got to get it in bounds, though.
Branning, it'll count if it goes. It does not go. There is not the luck of the Irish tonight. It's the Tar Heels of North Carolina who celebrate a 2-point victory. Carolina, 79. The Irish, 77. Leading scorer, Phil Ford, 29 for Carolina. O'Corin, the freshman, had 16 before he fouled out. Toby Knight, 22 for the heartbroken Notre Dame Irish tonight. Branning had 18, Williams 17. Some brilliant collegiate basketball action. Carolina earns the right to meet Kentucky in the Eastern Regional Finals on Saturday. A quick look ahead. What do you think about that matchup?
Well, I think it'll be a tremendous physical ball game by Kentucky, trying to pound everything inside. I look for North Carolina maybe to hold the ball on them a little bit, Dick, and make them have to play man-to-man.
Dick Enberg with Billy Packer. Thank you for being with us. Saturday Regional NCAA Basketball Finals. Triple header starts at noon Eastern Time. Stay tuned for the movie of the week on NBC following these messages from your local station.
See Burt Reynolds and Sarah Miles in The Man Who Loved Cat Dancing, Saturday at 9, 8 Central.